And pleased to be joined now by Humboldt City Councilman Jim Vermeer. Jim, thank you for joining me.
You bet.
Recently, changing your mind in terms of decision to possibly come back to the City Council if you're voted in. Why the change? Why did you change your mind?
Well, due to some rather disturbing and disappointing comments by some of the candidates, I've received overwhelming support from other individuals in the community to jump back in the race. If the write-in campaign is successful and people are willing to vote for me and write me in on the ballot, I've agreed to serve for another 4 years. I know this is a very short notice, and my chances of winning are diminished due to the last-minute write-in campaign. However, I just couldn't stand by and allow our community to decline due to radical and negative ideas.
Now, been on the City Council obviously before. Looking back on your time in the City Council, what is it that you're happy about or most proud of, and is there anything that you'd change if you could go back?
Well, first of all, I really enjoy working with the majority of the council. My fellow councilmen work hard to overcome the challenges within the community. At the same time, they try to be fair and not to set precedents that will come back to haunt them in the future. The past 4 years, we worked hard to make the necessary improvements, infrastructure improvements for our community. We are completing the plans and specs to improve the sanitary and storm sewers and reduce the impacts of another flood. At the same time, we are working to find other sources of funding to reduce the tax burden on our community. Other successes that come to mind that that we tore down the old frit plant on the north side of town. We worked to encourage our congressmen and DOT to improve the various improvements on Highway 169 between Humboldt and Fort Dodge. We pushed the DOT to improve 169 here in town, as you know, the construction is happening right now. I guess I'm committed to work with the council to find solutions. However, I refuse to bend to those that usually are the most vocal and create the most disharmony within the community. I guess what I would do differently, I've learned that sometimes as a councilman, we are asked off-the-cuff questions and are expected for quick reaction. However, I've learned that sometimes we need to table decisions and take a step back and learn from others in the community. There's always two sides to an issue, and sometimes we just act too quickly and have to come back and reverse a decision. When I'm reelected, I will seek out all of other opinions and before making major decisions.
Well, and with that, if this last-second campaign does work and you are reelected, what would your goals then be for the next 4 years?
Well, Eric, my family and I moved to Humboldt 11 years ago, and I chose to be active and serve on the Humboldt County Development Association Board, the Humboldt Community Foundation, helped establish a new aquatic center, helped to establish the Area Arts Council, and most recently I'm on a committee to improve our retail sector. Every decision that the council makes affects the quality of life in our community. We must address the hard decisions to replace our aging infrastructure. I really didn't see or hear from the other candidates how they address and what their plans are to replace and fund the aging infrastructure in our town. My daughter and son-in-law are purchasing their first home in Humboldt, and they are giving us our first grandchild in March. My son and son-in-law both work at a local business here in Humboldt. Yes, what are my goals? Well, every decision I make helps to provide and improve the best quality of life for our community, our children, and our future grandson. If elected, I'm committed to provide positive, progressive leadership for our community.
Excellent. City Councilman Jim Vermeer back in the race. One more thing, yep.
Yeah, as a reminder, since it is a write-in campaign, I just want to remind the voters that tomorrow when you vote for me, you need to write my name down, Jim Vermeer, and make sure you fill in the oval next to my name. Otherwise, the vote won't count. So, Eric, I really appreciate giving me the time to reach out to the community. I look forward to serving the community for another 4 years.
Excellent. Councilman Jim Vermeer, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.